Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and I'm so happy to be with you here today. It's Teach Me Tuesday. So I have a short, quick demonstration for you to help you learn how to assemble the Daffodil dies. Hey, Jackie, I'm glad you're here. I'm actually featuring a Daffodil Daydream stamp set for my class by mail this month. Every month I do a class I call Cards with a Twist, and there's 8 cards. Technically it's 2 each of 4 designs, but every pair has got a twist, and that's how I came up with Cards with a Twist. It's the way I just really enjoy designing. Hey Linda, I'm glad you're here. So with my Cards with a Twist, when I feature a stamp set, I try to really use all the stamps in the set, give you some ideas for using it in different ways. Well, if there's a bundle, I will include some of the dies as well, and that gives you a taste of using the dies. And the Daffodil dies, there's a lot of dies, and I'm usually not a big die girl, but I'm a big Daffodil girl. So I love springtime bulbs. They are such gorgeous flowers, and so daffodils are a real favorite, and daffodils come in so many colors. So you don't have to just have yellow daffodils. Daffodils come in lots of different colors. And of course they're art, so you don't even have to be like really tied into their super realistic nature colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring the camera down, give you just a quick showcase of my class by mail, and then we're gonna go in and we're gonna create a card today. I've got a bunch of pieces, we'll see how we get on. Okay, here we go. Once again, I am somehow turning on the alert. So somehow Apple wants to, think that I'm in trouble. Difficulties, like mega technical difficulties. Okay, now we're going to try to bring this camera down again and hopefully not send out an SOS signal. Somehow this, this little mount, sometimes it's in, I don't know, it wants to call the police for me or send out some kind of SOS signal. I've never let the SOS be on there long enough to know what actually happens. I just know it sends out this crazy alert, at least on my end. So, okay, I think we can see everything. We can see where we're gonna go. So really quick, hey Velma, I'm glad you're here with me as well. So really quick, my card class by mail this month, because we have this as a free celebration item, I'm actually giving you as a free gift half a pack of this beautiful daffodil paper. It's super fun to use. I used mostly the A sides, but the B sides are really nice too. I did use a little bit of them. Let me show you really quick. This is the stamp set I'm featuring, and that's what I'm using today. Actually using more of the dies than anything. And then you do, the other things that come with your class are this elegant trim. You also get, where did I put them? The Opal Rounds, which are actually really perfect. They pick up the colors in this paper really beautifully. Then you're also going to get a full pack of these black dimensionals. That's all I have left of my package, so kind of sad. You can tell I really need to reorder. So, and then you get everything you need. This is the stamp set and bundle. It's on page 37 of the mini catalog. You get everything you need to make 8 cards. Oh, there's my Opal Rounds. You get your 8 envelopes. These are very vanilla envelopes. The paper features very vanilla. And you are going to get to try out lots of different things with the paper. Yeah, there's some of the B side and the A side. I usually include a fun fold. See, there's your dies right there. Now, those are run for you. And then, yeah, lots of ways to use the twine, the paper. It's a fun class. I really, really think you're going to have a good time with this. So it's $39, and it does include shipping. So you can add things on if you wish. Now, like I said, this, it's wanting to knock me out a little bit here. Okay, let's come over here. Okay, so this is the bundle. Oh, some of the dies are, oh well. Some of the dies, I made a few more die cuts, so they're over there. Okay, at my big shot station. Never mind. Here we go. Let's just start assembling and playing and having fun. So, you know, I typically am not really keen on die cutting on camera. I figure, you know, you know how to run something through a die. If you don't, we can do that on a separate video. But I don't like spending time on that when we can spend time on something else. Now, let's go ahead and get the base of the card going, and then we're going to make a little bouquet of daffodils. So I'm using Very Vanilla card base. I'm doing a top fold here. I'm using one of my favorite pieces of the paper. This has all these beautiful daffodils. I think they are just gorgeous. And actually, this is a really versatile piece as well. So that is the B side. We are going to use the A side, and I have my liquid glue. Is definitely the way you want to go when you go to assemble these dies. So we use just a little bit here, pop that over there. And this is crushed curry, the yellow on here. Now I will tell you that if you start using a lot of yellow with that, you can get a little too much of a good thing in my view. Now this little guy here is one of my favorite pieces of the paper. Let me make sure I'm going in the right direction. Yes. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right there as a nice little contrast. And then we are going to start making some daffodils, and then we're going to make our little bouquet, put them together and see what we come up with. Okay, everything is down. Now, what I like here, well, let's do the flowers first, but I will show you really quick. These stems, let me go this way. I love the stems because they give you one of each direction. So you can have in your bouquet, you see, you can have your daffodils going in different directions. And I think that's super, super helpful. Bring you a little bit closer. Then you also have these leaves. So we can put our leaves together, and I am using several colors because that's usually the way it is when you do a bouquet. I don't know that I'm going to use all of these, but I did the stems and one leaf in Mossy Meadow. And then these leaves are in Old Olive. And then I've got a couple that are in Pear Pizzazz. Hey, Gail, I'm glad you're here. So we're putting together the daffodil dies. Now, it looks a bit like a mess right now, but that's okay. That's kind of the way it is when you're arranging flowers in real life. They make a mess, and then you put it all together, and it's really a bit glorious. Okay. One of the things I like about these dies is that they give you two of these, and that's what you need to create one daffodil. So you can run them through at one time on your die cutting machine, on your cut and emboss machine, and it doesn't take, you know, you don't have to run it back and forth. They do the same thing with the little pieces that you're going to put inside to give them definition. Now, you don't have to do those, but they do add a lot. The same is true for the little cups and then the little pieces on top. So you get two of each, which is really, really helpful. You get two of the leaves and then one each of the stems going in the opposite directions. So there's a lot of features here that are going to really help us. So you see, this is where we're going to go once we get things assembled. Okay, my top tip for assembling these is to use your silicone mat. Let me grab my sponge. Hey, Susan, I'm glad you're here. I have what I call a gluey sponge that I've had for a number of years. And it's one of our old sponges, and I made myself a little handle. And you could improvise with any number of things. And what I like to do is put a nice little a little pile of my liquid glue there, and that's what I'm going to use to assemble. Now, this is one that I had already done that is a sideways one. I could use that has the little Pale Papaya, but I really wanted to use the, I wanted to pick up the pink in here, and that is what I'm using. Although it's Flirty Flamingo, it was a little bit bright for my taste on this particular card. So I wanted to go really soft, and I'm using Petal Pink. Now you could just stick that down with a glue dot, but then you'd have these little pieces kind of flying out, and I didn't want that. So I'm going to pick up just a little bit of glue here, and just a little dab will do you. If you grew up listening to Dippity Doo ads, it was a little dab will do you. So that's it. You know, that just makes it super, super quick and easy. And that's really the way I like to go with these. And again, I'm just going to dab, dab, and then I'm going to pick this up and go right in here. It really does add a lot of textural interest, a lot. Of course, you get to use that second color. Now, I'm going to put these together in a minute, but I did want to go ahead and do, I've got an extra one here. This is, hey Laura, I'm glad you're here. This is the side view of the daffodil. So we're going to do one front view and one side view. That's what I thought would be nice for my little bouquet. And I'm even going to use, let's get the cups done. Now, I meant to have, well, let's see. We could do one like that. My intention was to do them all in these colors, but we could throw in one and just see if we like it. And I kind of threw this, I was just kind of messing around with colors just to show you that this on here is just a little bit too much yellow for my taste. I think these soft colors just bring it down, which is the way I was wanting to go. So that little cup is ready, and this little guy goes right underneath there, and actually I can just use you can either put it on top or the bottom. It really, you can do it either way, but I'm going to do it underneath, and actually you just use a mini glue dot on that piece. So like I said, the easiest way, in my view, is just to run a bunch of these. They only take a couple of seconds, and then to start assembling your dies. And you guys know me, I'm not usually a big, small die pieces person, but I do love daffodils. And I thought, you know what? I think that I would enjoy using these. And that's kind of that's my bellwether. I need to enjoy them. And then they're worth a little bit of extra. Well, I hope that was the bud, and I don't know the other piece made its way over here. This is the little closed one. Let me grab here real quick. Let's see. I don't know where it went. It's probably on the floor somewhere. Okay. Well, we will. Those are those dies there. And these are the leaf and stem dies. So we will maybe abort that mission, and let's see. Maybe we'll do that just for a little bit of contrast. Let's do that. Okay. Now I'm on a time. I'm supposed to be doing a quick demonstration, and I'm yakking and taking too long. Hey Pam, I'm glad you're with us today while we are playing with the daffodil dies. Okay, I think we are ready to start assembling our little bouquet. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put these together with a mini glue dot. I could use more of the liquid glue, but I like to have, you know, this dry adhesive every time I can, because it just makes life a whole lot simpler. And then I could just use another glue dot, but I'm going to pop this up on a dimensional and give it just a little bit of height there. because that's going to give a little bit of lift to what I've done, because I put all of my layers flat. And then you can just kind of play around with where exactly you want your daffodil to go. I think I'm going to go maybe like so. So this is looking, you know, straight on at your daffodil. And then this one, we're looking at it from the side. So let's go ahead and put, I do like that little pop of color with the Flirty Flamingo. Oh, I'm so glad, Susan, that you're having fun with it too. Yeah, you must be a fan of daffodils like I am. I really do love it. So, and like I said, you know, it's got to be pretty special for me to dig into all these dyes. Okay, now let's start assembling. So I'm going to put one stem going, well, I can't get it too high because maybe I should put my daffodils first, and then that's going to help me know where my stems are going to go. So let's go ahead and do that, and I'm going to just add a little liquid glue here. We're going to have this one right here like so, and I'm spitting on my paper, and here we go. I'm glad to hear, Susan, that you're enjoying this, that somebody else out there is having fun. I will tell you, I was a little perplexed and had to just kind of dig into these a little bit and start playing with them to figure out what was what. So I figured today I would kind of share with you and spare you a little bit of that. So I'm just going to, again, where's my thingy? Let's pop just a little bit of adhesive on here. You know, I'm not a precision girl. I'm a free and easy girl. So, you know, that's just kind of the way I mess with these things. Look at that. Isn't that pretty though? And see, and then I can just trim that when I'm ready. Now this one, I need one that goes in the opposite direction. So you see how my stems are going to be just the way I want them, going in opposite directions, because I didn't want my daffodils to be too crowded. So I did intend to have a bud, but yeah, I think it got lost in the shuffle somewhere. I don't know where it went. Okay, so now I'm going to add some leaves. And that is, see how I can just tuck that underneath? Isn't that pretty? I like that. That little pop of this is Pear Pizzazz. If I put a little bit of, see how that's darker? Picking up some of the darker colors here. Let's go ahead and put a Pear Pizzazz leaf. I like that. And let's see, I can just slide that right underneath like so. And then I think we will add oh yeah, there we go. Look at there. We're going to add a, what do you call this? Old olive one right here. And let's slide it like so. And bring it down like so. And I think we need another light colored one here. See how this little bouquet is coming along so nicely. And we need a little bit more. You know, this takes more liquid glue than I might anticipate. And we'll just tuck that underneath like so. And I'm going to do one more right down the middle, and I think that I will go with this nice deep. There we go. That is going to just do it ever so nicely. Like I said, the paper is to die for. So even if you're not going to get the dyes, I would highly recommend that you get the paper. It's super, super beautiful. Really fun to work with. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to whack these. Because that's what you do. You know, when you're arranging them in real life, you just come along here and you just trim them when you're done. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. And then I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon to make them a true bouquet. What do you think? See, I went with the soft colors, which I'm really liking. I didn't even check to see if I was in camera. Okay, now I need a little bit of help on putting together the, I could put a little pink ribbon. I like that. This is that Flirty Flamingo. I could put a little bit of this, which is the petal pink, or I could use gold. I think I'm going to go with this petal pink. I think this petal pink, not petal pink, this is Flirty Flamingo. Flirty Flamingo with a little fleck of gold throughout. I think that's going to be really, really pretty. And I need some ribbon scissors here. I'm going to add a little greeting, and I'm actually not going to use the greetings in the stamp set. Just to kind of showcase the many, many ways that you can use this bundle and these stamps. There's just so many things that you can do with them. I do like the colors. I'm really happy with the way they turned out. And I could bring these down just a little bit more and bring this, but I think, honestly, I think I'm pretty happy with them just the way they are. Yeah, okay. I'm actually going to use, let me show you. The stamp set is here. And there are only 2 greetings in the stamp set. Now, in my class by mail, we used the Mother's Day, Happy Mother's Day, and then we chopped the happy and the day. We used Easter blessings, and then we chopped just the blessings. So there are things you can do with these, but I just thought, well, this is one of those really pretty stamp sets in the mini catalog, and it's called Celebrating You. It has some awesome, and I wanted to do this grateful to celebrate you every day. I'm going in the wrong way on the camera because I felt like that would be a good, just to send somebody some flowers like this would be a fun way to do it. Now, of course, I didn't bring my cardstock. Let me grab a piece. I'm going to go with a yellow. This is crushed curry because I wanted the flowers to really stand out, and I wanted the greeting to kind of blend in with. I didn't want it to be too prominent. Let me put it that way. Okay, grateful to celebrate you every day. And then let's do like this. One of the things I like about these dies is that you can just play with them. Once you realize that there's 2 of most things, and that's what you need to put them together, I mean, you can just make them in several colors and then just start creating your little. Oh, that's kind of nice. Oh, I think we're going to go like that. See, I hadn't made this card before I came on. I had been playing with it to create my card class, but I hadn't really done this action, and I thought this would be kind of fun today. So this is going to go up on dimensionals. And you know what? That's kind of giving me a little bit of a ragged edge, but I think it's going to be all right. Here we go. So that is going to be, oh, I need to make sure that's secure. I don't want that flying off. Grateful to celebrate you every day. And that's going to go right there with a mini glue dot. And that is done and dusted. And that is a really flash card to send somebody. Now I got a couple other little items here that we are going to do. This is going to be definitely a wow card with a lot of bells and whistles. Hey, Geraldine, I'm glad you're joining us. We're making a very springtimey card in the middle of our very wintry weather because it's one of the things that kind of lifts us and helps us realize that spring will be here in no time. I mean, can you believe it's already February? Wow. I mean, this year is flying past already. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now what I'm going to do, I thought about, this might be too much color. There's actually a really pretty little butterfly here. And I had stamped it and already cut it out and everything. So it's in the right colors. I could do that. Might be too much color. The other thing I could do is these little bumblebee trinkets. I thought that might be kind of cute. Oh, see that little touch of gold? I kind of like that because I think I've already got a lot of color going here. Now the other thing is these, I really, really like these Opal Rounds with this particular, it really kind of brings all the pinks and shimmers and shines them. So let me see what happens if I put one of these like so. Is that too funky? Let's see. Hey Diane, I'm glad you're joining us from Maine. We're bringing, I bet it's really cold up where you are. We're bringing a little bit of springtime in. This is a little bit of a demonstration on how to put together these daffodil dies, which are really, really fun to use. So I think I'm going to go with a couple of these little bumblebee trinkets, because that is in my garden. That's what would be heading towards my little daffodils. Now I could put one, oh, I kind of like that. And then I'm going to put another one down here. So my bumblebees are heading towards my, daffodils. Oh, Crystal, I'm glad you are here and I'm glad you like my card. Yay, yay. My intention was to really just demonstrate these daffodil dies, which can look a little bit intimidating, but they're in fact, they're really not at all. So that is my handmade card using the Daffodil Daydream dies. I didn't even use the stamps. So this is made all with the dies. And then I used a different stamp set here for the greeting. This is a beautiful all greeting stamp set in our mini catalog. It's really versatile because you've got your Happy Father's Day, you've got Happy Birthday, you've got Welcome Little One for a Baby, you've got Easter, Proud of You. I mean, there's just a lot, lots of love, Happy Anniversary. And I will say Happy Anniversary is sometimes a little bit hard to come by. Happy Mother's Day. I mean, there's some inside and outside greetings. So this is, if you like to collect greetings, I would highly recommend Celebrating You. It's $24. It is a red rubber stamp set. And then this is the dies and the daffodil paper, which is free celebration item. Okay, I'm a little bit over on time, but I had a few little hiccups at the beginning with my my phone going off on some kind of, I don't know, it was doing some kind of a, what do you call it, emergency alert. I've done this more than once here. I have no idea what makes it happen. Hey, Lori, I'm just signing off, but I hope you'll watch the replay. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Teach Me Tuesday. It was all about the Daffodil Daydream bundle, and we worked on using the daffodil dies to create a bouquet of daffodils, which are such a beautiful symbol of spring. I know I adore daffodils, and I know that sending this little bouquet in a handmade card will brighten somebody's life. I was thinking when I was putting the dies together earlier, I thought, you know, I used to do a lot of gardening. It's a little bit harder for me now, kind of getting up and down and some of those things that come with age and injury. But you know what I love about gardening with paper is I might get a little bit of glue on my hands, but there's no dirt under my fingernails, and I'm in a temperature controlled environment, which is another thing I really enjoy as I get older. Okay, I gotta quit yakking. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching the replay on YouTube is what it's on, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. And as soon as I sign off, if you came in late, you'll be able to see the beginning where I showed you my new card class by mail and then showed you exactly how to put together these daffodil dies. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget, I will be here Thursday. We will be back to simple and stepped up stamping. It's going to be #simple stamping on Thursday at 4:00 p.m. Central Time. Be sure to join me. Thank you so much. Take care and God bless.